Hello, Warriors, and welcome back to Early Access. My name is Norgoz, and we have Virtuosa is going to be launching this Thursday, July 24th, and this is going to be your first look at that. I give thanks to Ubisoft for providing me with early access so that I can provide you all with this content. So first of all, what we're going to be looking at today is Virtuosa's outfits, her fashion. I'll show you some of the examples that I came up with. And then we'll take a look at all the weapons, all the armor. I will showcase the materials, some of how the material variations do take place on some of the armors, and some of the cool variations you can look at. Also, effects, executions, all of those unique things I will showcase as well. So there's going to be a lot packed into this video. So thank you very much for joining me today. I know some of you are always wanting to know where's the ornament. We'll start with that. It is on her chest plate. That is where it's going to be. This is the first hero, I believe, that has this chest plate or has this placement for the ornament. And if you get the hero offer, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the little butterfly from the Virtuosa offer. And this character will be available for usually it's about $10 more or less on the offer. I think maybe might be usually about 10 more or less. I think it might have changed it recently. And then once she goes live for however much steel, I don't actually know how much steel she's going to cost, but we'll find out on the Warriors Den, which you've probably already seen because this is after the Warriors Den. The materials I'm running is the amber for this particular example. We'll go through all of them, but just to give you an example of what this will kind of look like. Anything that has sort of a matte finish looks good. Shiny looks okay as well on some of these. On others, it may look a little bit different or maybe a little too much. Like this one, it's really overly shiny for me. Not really a big fan. But Dark Peach looks good, as well as the Torchlight. Torchlight looks really good on some of these armors and some of these sets. So she does have a mixture of both armor, like metal armor pieces, as well as leather pieces. So if you look at her shoulders here, her arms, she has a mixture of, she's got some armor here, and she's got some of her tunic, some of the floof coming out there, but she's got some armor on her shoulders. There's a lot of variations of that where you'll have armor all the way down, but then you'll have like leather on the gauntlets, on the forearms. And of course, the Gem of Honor is the best color scheme that you can get. It's like 3,000 steel for one of the most basic outfits in the game. Definitely pick this up for it. Just generally speaking, I highly recommend it. Love it. It's my favorite. We're running for this the Sea Raven outfit. What you do get, though, another good one is Sickly from Reputation 2. And there's one for her. There it is. This is the color scheme for her elite skin, which is I think 5,000 steel to pick that up if you want, or for having the Virtuosa hero offer. So you should get that included when you get yours if you purchase it in the early access period once it goes live. So as a reminder, for the early access period for content creators, this is an account that's provided to us purely for testing and showcasing things. These are not our accounts. They do not go live. This is not something that we have access to. Once day one happens on Thursday, all of this is wiped. It's on a private test server. It's not something that I have a leg up on you guys. Occasionally, I get comments about that saying, oh, how are you rep 15 already? How is that taking place? What's going on? So that hopefully that addresses any of those comments. And if not, I'll just refer them back to this part of the video. So there you go. So this is her original hat. This is her alternate. As you can see, there are going to be some things that you can't really change on some of these pieces, like for her shoulder pieces, and we'll get to that. There's a couple of accents on her shoulders that can't really be changed in color for one way or the other. Just for a alternate for this particular outfit that I'm using the Umbra chest. However, and I'll actually start reading off the names of these. This is the Adventurosa set. I love this as an alternative here. This is really, really cool. This is probably one of the variations that I'll be using for myself, either the armor or this. I want to say this is probably like the Rep 6 or Rep 8 set that you're going to be getting. So this one will probably take a little bit longer. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully you get this a little bit earlier because it's really, really cool. So this is the Umbra chest, the Sfidante, the Duelante, Esperata, Estroversa alternate, Esperata, the Sfidante. I'm sure I'm dealing this wrong. The Ombra alternative, Adventurosa alternative. Then again, we just mentioned the Adventurosa, the Dualante. So some of the things that you'll notice with some of these variations here is that this is the Sfidante alternate. That's the Adventurosa, the Sfidante alternate. So let's equip this for just a moment. So you'll see that the material is what actually defines a lot of the accents that happen on these. So they like the buttons, or rather the highlights around the buttons, some of the trim, as well as the ornament, and then on her hat, it also changes the chain and the seated piece on the hat as well. So just a couple of examples of how these can change. So there's a lot, as I've mentioned in most of these videos that I do for early access, is that you can have one outfit and then you can completely change it by not just changing the armor piece, but also changing the materials or the color palette that it's attached to. So this is the Sfidante arms, Sfidante alternate. As you can see, some of these will have like a sash over the shoulder. I believe that sash. Some of these you can change the color of, some of them don't. So this one will be changed based on the color palette. So if you like this, so if I wanted to match this really closely, this could be an alternative method I could go with. Go with a different color. It changes the color of the hat a little bit, but it still works out. It still looks okay. This is the Morning in the Mud from the Erlang Shin Elite outfit. So yeah, so just a couple of examples. Like I said, some of these you can't actually change the look of. What did I have here? The ombre. Let's go looking through these again. Okay. Sfidante alternate, Esperata. Sorry, I'll slow down. Adventurosa alternate. Again, back to the Esperata because I skipped it. The Umbra, which I think is the ones where... So we're... Okay, so here we go. So here's the shoulders I was talking about. So if you'll notice little fringy shoulders, there's going to be one that we'll show in just a moment that has a sort of a yellow-green pattern to it. And that one you actually can't change. These should be dependent upon some of the color palettes. Again, the Adventurosa arms. Looks very nice. The sash matches really well. Dualante, and then here we go. This is that's the alternate. This is the regular Dualante. So these you can't actually change the orange on these, unfortunately. So if I were to change this and go look again, which I don't think I own these, so we would have to facilitate that. We're given like 300,000 steel on these accounts to test this stuff out. So you can see, yeah, those highlights of that yellow-green kind of deal, you can't actually change it. All right, so we have the weapons. So this is the rapier. Like basically, I can just like go through these. The Hope Song blade. This is the Clever Orphan blade. This one I actually use as a like a Plague Doctor kind of thing. Prancing Rival blade, Ocean's Grace blade, the Nimble Predator blade, Enduring Figurehead blade, Cheerful Blossom, Eternal Desire, Revered Artifact, Gilded Precision, Radiant Filigree. I think it's Filigree. Dual Inspiration, Wrought Petal, Insolent Question. I like that one. Insolent Question. Good night. Good name. Unwavering Spirit, Woven Fates, Reluctant Protege, and Bound Destinies. Lots of really cool names for these sets here. For the hilts, we've got Dual Inspiration, Hope Song, Prancing Rival, Ocean's Grace, Nimble Predator, Enduring Figurehead, Cheerful Blossom, which I used this one on my Melania set. Oh, I didn't mention that yet, did I? Maybe I didn't. We'll get to it. Eternal Desire, Revered Artifact, Gilded Precision, Radiant Filigree, Bound Destinies, Wrought Petal, Insolent Question, Unwavering Spirit, Woven Fates, Reluctant Protege, and Clever Orphan. So whenever you get to the guards, that's going to be where you can have maybe a little bit more expression, if you will. And this one's the Radiant Filigree. I'll actually turn these around so you can actually see them quickly. You've got Hope Song, Prancing Rival. We're coming up on the Ocean's Grace. You got the Big Whale. Clever Orphan. Nimble Predator. Cheerful Blossom. The Eternal Desire. Revered Artifact. Gilded Precision. Dual Inspiration. Bound Destinies. Wrought Petal. Insolent Question. Unwavering Spirit. Woven Fates. Enduring Figurehead. Reluctant Protege. As you can see on the guards, this is where you can kind of give a little bit more sort of expression on those. So the others are, it's a rapier, so it's going to be somewhat straightforward on what it is. So moving right along to the next set here. So I'll briefly show these other sets. I don't remember if I showed them before. This is another set that I put together. And the off chance it looks similar to anything that you saw anywhere else, it's not the same thing. We've got this set here. This is where I use the Gem of Honor set. So this is sort of like a trooper kind of deal. Also, she's got my famous. You also have your symbol. So if you want to use your account symbol, it shows up on the back on all of these and the chest. If I have any complaint about this fashion, it's this: is that I cannot set this so I only have this on the chest plate. It's also going to show up on the back, but I guess, as I'm a content creator, and most of the time, from your perspective, it's going to be from the back of her. So, well, her hair's going to cover it too. So, I don't know. I was thinking, well, you're going to see it anyway. But this is going to be the Melania set. Notice I used the rose. This is, sort of my Melania cosplay, so to speak. It's not a one-to-one, obviously, but, that's what I thought of. And this was my attempt at like a Plague Doctor set. See, I got the hilt that I was talking about. We've got the green grip. And I thought I had the green sword set up here, but I must have changed it. We'll quickly show that. Where's that at? There we go. So with that. There we go. Just like that. So yeah, she does have some pretty cool, and this is my favorite look for her. I think this is probably going to be one of my main looks. Although the Gem of Honor set's probably going to be a big one as well. So she's got some really cool executions from the very beginning. Her perfected reversal is... I may have to edit this in post, but ultimately, these are... You pretty much have some of the best in slot options right off the bat. You don't have to unlock any extras for her uniques. This one is one of the fastest kill times that she has. I think it's like 2100 or something milliseconds. It's pretty quick. It's 35 HP. And I believe this one is the second one. I think it's like 4,000, 7,000. I don't remember offhand. I don't want to give you the wrong information, but it's 50 HP execution. And then you have Take a Seat. This is where she gets a little... She gets a little full of herself. She's feeling herself. And then you've got the Smile for the Fans. This is where she's really feeling herself. What's it look like from the other perspective? Oops. You don't even get to see, you don't even get to enjoy it as much from the other perspective. Then there's a unique execution that's going to be coming out, Honor Fulfilled. This one, I think this one should be out on Thursday. If not, it'll be out in the coming weeks. If you're not familiar with how these events work, they will release these unique things, be it event execution, or a limited execution, an emote, or an effect in this case. Summer of Cool, I think, should be out from the very beginning, but Fairy Wings was added just today, maybe? Or later on. So usually we'll get this added server side so that we see it on the early access, so that we can show it and talk to it, but I can't tell you when this is going to release. Watch the Warriors Den if you haven't already, and they should tell you when this is going to release. But I assume this is going to be after so the first week will be one of these, and then afterwards, I believe Fairy Wings will be in the second week, maybe the third. But yeah, the things to look out for. It does look pretty cool. Also, has some pretty cool sound effects as well when you do executions. It's almost Peter Pan-like. Straight on till morning, you know? Yep. Let's look at her emotes real quick. So she's got some all bark, no bite. She's really playful with it. This is one of the most she has probably the most attitude out of all of the heroes that we've had so far. I believe that's an intentional decision that they made to give her as much attitude as they could, and you can clearly see it in the design. So free roams, as far as like which one to spam. This one's okay. This one I think is maybe a little bit better. I know for this one, like both of these are really good. With the thumb, it's like, and the rapier, she's like flicking it. This was the one you want to spam when you're in combat. That one's a good one. She also has her own unique emote or taunt when she goes into her special stance, kind of like Highlander does, but it looks a little bit different. For her signature, she's got Revel in Victory. That's the default. And then you can also unlock, I believe it's Jaunty Jest. Again, she gives a little shiver. She's got attitude. Little Jaunty Jest. Wait for it. Wait for it. Shimmy, shimmy. I'll let you watch that again. You probably missed it. Yeah, so she got the little Jaunty Jest, a little poke at you, listen, and she's little shimmy, shimmy there at the end. Yeah, she's got attitude. She's got style. She's got style. She's interesting. We'll show all the ornaments here toward the end. I know some of you really want to see them directly. Let's take a look at the ornaments. And I'll just kind of play through these while I'm showcasing these. Oh, I didn't show in... so on this one, I guess I should show you on the material. I'm using the bedrock material. That's why it looks sort of a dull gray. I really like this. I know you may have seen another one that has... I don't know what it had. Iron or something? It was a shiny or whatever. Yeah, no, this is the one you want. You want bedrock. Okay. And I'm using the color scheme of Morning in the Mud. Now, I can change this so you can see there's a lot of options for going somewhere different with this. You want like a darker helmet. You want to change the color of the sash. As I mentioned before, you can change the color of the sash. So there's a lot of options for her to, give her a real personality. Some of these helmets, like this one, it does change her hair color and to match the color pattern. It should be the one that's on the bottom. That's the bottom color you're looking for if you want to look to change your hair specifically. That's the one you're looking for on the color wheel. Okay. So again, we're going to go through the ornaments. Just feel free to pause and see if you like something that you want to see. Otherwise, I'll start doing some wrap up here. I want to thank everybody for joining. And of course, we're going to be live. And if you like Virtuoso, you want to buy her, guess what? I have a creator code for you. Use creator code Norgoz. I do get benefits from this. I get it's an affiliate type of code where I get a percentage of eligible purchases back as commissions. So please do use my code if you decide to buy her early. I will put it in the description. I might edit and post and pop it up here, but Norgoz, Norgoz. That's what you want to use. And we'll be live on Thursday. When she goes live, we'll be playing her directly as part of the early access that we're given by Ubisoft. Thanks again to Ubisoft. We do get a influencer package, if you will. And we typically will get the copy of her, the offer, and a little bit of steel to play around with. I think it's 25,000 or 35,000. That's something that that may change from time to time. So, but basically that's something that we do tend to get. And so I will have her. I'll be playing her. She's going to be a major duelist, I think, in the cast. Is she going to be like top? I don't really do tier lists, but is she going to be top tier? I'd say she's probably going to be in the upper. She's going to be in the top, she'll be like the top half of the bracket, so to speak, if you think about it. As far as fours go, she has some really interesting gank potential. And speaking of ganks, there are going to be some changes to hit stun. You've probably already heard about that. If you haven't, then I'll include that here. It's like, yes, hit stun changes are happening. If you don't know about hit stun at all now, probably doesn't matter because you don't know, it's not going to affect you as much. It will, though. You will see it. You will see the changes, basically, when you and your friends start wailing 4 people on one guy, and it seems like their HP bar isn't moving. You'll quickly find out that there's been some adjustments to some of the damage reduction on the hit stun changes. So we'll get to that another time. Without further ado, again, I think this is going to be just about a wrap. I want to thank everybody for coming. Thanks again to Ubisoft for the access. And I'm Norgoz. You're awesome. and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and enjoy Virtuosa. Come Thursday, July 24th. Don't forget to use creator code Norgoz at checkout at UbiConnect. And also, subscribe, follow, see us again, and we'll be live on Twitch too. Thank you.